Morning everybody, hope you're well, and we're on day 2 of the social media content challenge. So how did you all get on yesterday? Thank you to everybody that did share their motivational quotes and those that put different posts out. I know for some of you it was really nerve-wracking because it's actually putting yourself out there a little bit more. So I just want to say well done. And if you kind of put your Monday post on one platform, think about next week maybe introducing another platform, because then you can gradually build up as well. So if you're watching this live, give me a shout out. If you're watching it on a replay, give me a hashtag replay. So we are on day 2 and it is Tuesday. So just want to kind of share some things that some people did yesterday. We had motivational quotes. We had people talking about how, the start of a new week, what were you planning on doing? So I think it really got you thinking outside the box. And then all you need to think about now for next week, for next Monday, so when you sit and plan your social media, whatever day that's going to be, because that's what you're going to want to do when you finish this challenge, is then think to yourself on Monday, well, actually, I can do a motivational quote. And then you can kind of move on from there as well. So morning Lee, morning Chantel, hope you're both well. So for Tuesday, what do we do on Tuesday? So what works really well on Tuesdays is Tuesday's tips, top tip Tuesday top tips, whichever way you want to look at it. And the reason why tips are really good to share, you don't have to do them on a Tuesday, you can do them whenever you like. But I think the idea of actually sharing a tip means that you are showing people that you are an expert in your field, in what you do. And when people see that you're sharing your tips, they kind of go, do you know what? They know what they're talking about. So if they know what they're talking about, I can put my trust in them to then use them or buy their products or use their services. But the other thing is as well, it does build that trust, and it also helps build your brand. So what we spoke about before, if you're putting out a really good top tip, it doesn't have to be necessarily related to your business or your industry. If you're really struggling, if you're putting out tips for people will remember those, because they'll take those on board and they'll use them. So one of the things that I am passionate about, every Tuesday I do a Tuesday top tip. It goes in this group, it goes on LinkedIn, Instagram, it goes on Facebook, and it actually goes in some groups where I'm a member. So I'm in a few groups, as we all are, but there are some that are business groups, and there's mostly a handful. There's not a huge amount. I'm most probably in about 20 groups that I could put it into, but I've worked out the groups that I actually kind of like and get something from, so they're the groups that I actually put it into. And again, it's just thinking about what top tips that you can offer. So my advice is today, as the challenge homework, is think about putting out a top tip. So my top tip today is basically going to be saying, it's your social media. You put out there what you want to put out there. Now, it's not necessarily a top tip, but some people would mostly think, well, actually, if a social media expert is saying, it's okay to put anything out on social media, then they're going to feel a little bit more confident with actually putting anything out on social media, because you can, apart from what we spoke about yesterday about being controversial, political or negative. So think about how you want to put your top tips out. What are your top tips going to be? And the best way to do that, get a pen and paper and write down 6 top tips that you can think about in your business. And trust me, you can think about 6 top tips around what you do. Then do 10 and then do 12. And once you've got those 12 top tips, you've got 12 posts, you've got top tips for 3 months, and then you can recycle those every 3 months, every 12 weeks. Because again, you want to make sure that you get those out. Now for me, oh, I could give top tips all day long, but I do recycle some because I think some of the old ones are really, really good. And also because you are reconnecting and you're, connecting with new people, and reconnecting with existing contacts as well. And what I mean by that is that you might build up a new relationship, so they will see your social media posts. They may not see a top tip that you put out 4 or 5 weeks ago, or they may have seen it, forgotten about it, and gone at the time. Oh, that's a really good idea. Then they'll see it again and then think, I must remember to do that. So think about what your top tip is going to be, and then think about how you're going to put that out there. So you're going to put that in your group. Are you going to put it on LinkedIn? Are you going to put it on Facebook? Test the waters, okay? See what is actually going to work, because you just never know. And this is what social media content is all about. You've got to find your common ground of what works where. And I spoke about this in depth yesterday. What you might put out on Facebook may not, may get lots of interaction on Facebook and may not get anything on LinkedIn. Or you might put something on LinkedIn and then you go and put it on Facebook and you might not get anything on Facebook. So again, just make sure that you're getting your content wherever you need it to go, because it's not about, yes, in a way it is about getting the interaction and the reach, but it's also about people actually seeing you putting yourself out there. And the more that you're out there and the more that you're putting posts and the more you've got your logo and your brand out there and the more that you are interacting with other people's posts and building those relationships, it's all going to come together, okay? And then over a 4-week period, you'll notice a massive difference. So it's just about thinking, okay, it's Tuesday today, what am I going to put out? So just to give you an idea, with reference to what's going out for me today, is so I've got my top tip going out today. Of course, today is social media day, so that top tip is going to be in line with social media day. And then I've got another teaser post for I've got another teaser post going because tomorrow is the big launch. There's a post going out to announce tomorrow's Be My Guest, which is Nicola, the accountant. I made, it's actually mine and hubby's meet, the first day that we met anniversary. We've been together for 13 years, so I'm putting something out about that as well. I, as some of you know, I love gin, and when a gin bottle's empty, I like turning it into a little light. So I'm just going to put a little post out about those later as well. So again, it's just thinking, bringing in your personal stuff, as well as your business as well, because people buy people. So think about what your top tip's going to be. If you're unsure, or you're thinking, I'm not sure if people would want to see this, then just pop the information below. So let me know how you get on. I'll do a check-in later with you all, just to make sure that you're progressing how you need to, because that's the whole idea of this. Trust me, if you do this every day for the week, you've then got your foundation to carry on, because all you're then going to be doing is just the same. You're just going to implement the same week in, week out. If you didn't get a chance to do yesterday, don't worry, you can go and watch the live. I will put them all into a folder a little bit later, but go and watch yesterday's, because then you can look at that for next week. And just start with today. You don't necessarily have to have started yesterday. You can actually start today. It's not a problem. It's just about getting you into a habit and a routine. And anyone that actually is consistent with their social media will tell you that it does work, and it's a great time. I know people keep saying it's a great time to be on social media and online, but it really, really is. Absolutely. So, get on there. Make sure people remember you, because if you are a business that can't currently get out there and do what you do best, then make sure people remember you, because as soon as you can, they are the ones that are going to come to you. I was on a networking yesterday, and there was a guy on there who's not been able to work during lockdown, and he actually did say yesterday that he needs to up his social media game, because his competition are all over their social media. And that's really worrying him, because they live in the same area. They normally do quote for the same jobs, and he's worried because they have been on it from day one. Even though they've not been able to go out and do what they do, they have been on it, and that's the most important thing, because people will remember you when they need you, not the ones that have been silent. Sorry guys, really hate to say it, but if you've been quiet over lockdown, people are just, people have got very, very short memories when it comes to online and social media. So make sure you get yourself out there, because you've got an opportunity. Think of it this way, venues are opening, but with reference to social distancing, you could still be 2 to 3 months away before you're actually kind of getting back out there and into a small crowd, of 10, 20 people, depending on the venue size. If you think about it, we're just about to hit July. Most people go into holiday mode. I will be from tomorrow. Tomorrow I'm on countdown, 17 days, and I'm finished for 7 weeks. Don't worry, I'll still be in the group. But yeah, I'm just taking time off. No trainings, no one-to-ones. I'm literally exhausted. So July, people start to wind down. Yes, we may be in a pandemic, but kids officially finish school around the 17th. So mums, parents are going to be thinking about going away, spending time at home. So July, for most businesses, can be a quiet month. So take this opportunity to get your social media out there. Then we've got August. August can be a really quiet month because it's holiday season. You may say, actually, no, August is the best month for me. Brilliant, keep on it. Then we've got September, kids possibly going back to school. And then people actually getting back into normality. If you haven't done anything on your social media, what's going to happen is it can take 2 to 3 months to start building up that repetition again, getting you in front of people. Then what are you going to hit? You're going to hit December. And what happens in December? Well, for one day of the year, everybody stops. Everybody starts planning for Christmas. Nobody does anything in December. I'll think about it in the new year. Okay, and then we get to January, and then January is, well, just got over Christmas, just getting back into the swing of things. Money's not good at the moment because I've just paid for Christmas. So there is never, ever a good time. There's always something that's going to stop us from actually getting out there. So don't let, I can't run my business at the moment because I can't get in front of people, stop you. Get out there, show people what it is that you do. So share your top tips today. Okay, show people that you're an expert in what you do. Some people say, well, what if I'm giving away my top secrets? What if I'm giving away information that I share on workshops and events and a book that I've just written? Don't worry about it. Honestly, do not worry about it, because you know how much stuff I give away in this group. Absolutely tons of stuff for free. Does that mean that people don't buy my online $9.99 course? No. Does that mean that my online workshops aren't fully booked? No. Does that mean people stop booking a one-to-one with me? Not at all. The reason why I get people buying my online course every day, booking onto my workshops and booking one-to-one training with me is because I share my tips. It's because I share all this information, because they are putting their trust in me to know that I know what I'm talking about, and they know that they're spending their money with someone that they trust, and they know they're going to get value for their money. Okay, so think about it that way when you're sharing your top tips. Doesn't have to be lots of them. It could just be one top tip. Okay, and if you've got loads and you're thinking, oh, is this really a good tip to share? As I said, pop them below. Let's talk. Use this group to help you grow your social media confidence. So Michelle, yes, get on it today. Start with Tuesday. Watch yesterday's, and then you can implement it next week, because all these videos are going to be saved, so that you can then think to yourself, okay, next week, what do I need to do? Oh, we're just going to have a little refresh. So have a great day, everyone. I will catch up with everybody later. And if you do get stuck, please reach out. Pop your information. If you're watching this on the replay, give me a #replay, and I shall catch you all later. See you later, guys. Bye.